welcome to episode number 6 of Brockport Made. My name is Alex Henderson, and joining me today's show is Coach Beach of the Brockport baseball team. Coach, how are we doing today?
Good. How you doing, Alex? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for coming on the show today. So, let's just go and start digging and getting right into some questions right now. So, first question that I have for you today, being the head coach of the baseball team here, what made you want to get into coaching baseball and why at Brockport?
I've always loved, I was eat, sleep, drink baseball as a kid and had a great experience playing here at Brockport. And I was looking to be a physical education teacher or, get involved in coaching at some level. Went through the awesome phys ed program here at Brockport and decided that I wanted to stick around and get my master's and start coaching, and had an opportunity to do both, and I did. And Brockport, obviously, being my alma mater, it's got a special place in my heart. So what better place to be at coaching and having a career than the place you had an opportunity to go to. So I'm very fortunate to be here, and I'm very fortunate to have a chance to coach up the Golden Eagles. So that's my story.
Perfect. I mean, it worked the way that it worked out. It just kind of, you graduated, you worked, and then you just kind of fit right in there. So
yeah, I mean, I talked to I teach a coaching sports class, and I tell them my story. I was lucky being in the right place at the right time. Certainly very fortunate, but I always tell them, hey, I did what I needed to do, and had my master's done, and I set myself up and had the door open for them to give me a chance. And I was lucky that the athletic director at the time, Lynn Case, she took a shot at me and she said, hey, we'll give you the year as an interim. And we had a really good year. We finished second in the conference and won 28, almost 30 games. So, I mean, that had nothing to do with me, but we had a good team. It was just like, I just got out of their way and let them play. So
what was the transition like going from being a player on the team to a coach? How did you handle that?
This story is kind of cool, man. It was really unique for me because my 5th year, when I first started coaching as a grad assistant, that was the year we had our banner year. We went to the College World Series. So I'm coaching first base, being a year older than these guys that I played with the prior year. And they're going to have the best season that Brockport has ever had. And it was really cool to be a part of as a coach, but at the same time, like a lot of points during that year, I was thinking like really jealous that I wasn't on the field playing. And I was, throwing batting practice and hitting in fungos, which was cool. And I was really lucky to start my career off with that experience. But at the same time, I was like itching to be out there and playing at the same time, and it was cool. Of course, very challenging, getting the respect from the kids that you played with and as a coach. And, I think it was difficult, but it was, I wouldn't change it for anything because it gave me a different perspective of coaching. And, I knew the guys at a different level. So I just treated it, like professional, and they treated me that way. So.
Yeah. So when you're coaching, how do you mentally prepare yourself and your team before a game?
Well, we usually jam out to some music or something like that. We do. They want to jam out all the time. But the road games, we get to take a bus and watch the movies. My favorite is Miracle. So anytime we can watch Miracle. Right. You got to see that maybe in the coaching class, but that's like my favorite movie to get us pumped up for a game. But mentally prepared for baseball, like we play a game that you fail an awful lot. And it is very difficult as far as the mental challenges of the game. So we do try to just talk to them, never too high, never too low. Let's just play on an even keel. Let's really just focus on what we can control. All these buzzwords that you hear in coaching, they're true. And actually, I was just talking to one of the other coaches about like just dealing with this pandemic, and this is stuff we preach to our players all the time about how to handle tough situations. And then we have to actually live it now because you're going through those ups and downs of this whole pandemic thing. And I've been feeling the same way, where there's days where I feel really anxious and feeling really excited and really nervous. And it's like, just never too high, never too low. And we just try to like get their mind space in the right place. And of course, get them, thinking positively. We do a lot of imagery, and just try to close your eyes and envision yourself in the situation and see yourself succeed. And, we've been lucky to have some good sports psychologists that have helped us over the last couple of years. Dr. Gonzalez, who we lost to Dartmouth, he was really great. Dr. Fontana worked with us last year. He did a nice job with our guys. We always try to take advantage of those resources we have to help them get in the right mind space.
So yeah, that's awesome that you kind of use all these resources here at school to do that as well. So, so take a step. Let's go outside of baseball. What is your favorite thing to do away from the field and, just outside of Brockport in general?
I'm kind of I'm a sport junkie, so I like playing sports if I can. I sometimes play, slow pitch softball still once in a while, racquetball, things like that. Of course, I like to stay active with things that are, sport related, skiing, cross country skiing once in a while, bike riding. But I just, I have a 3-year-old daughter, so that is taking up a lot of my time. And I love night times with her, putting her to bed, giving her a bath, like those things. 10 years ago, I probably never would have even thought about that, but now it's really fun and rewarding to be able to see her grow up. So anything I can do with her and my wife and my family, we like to do. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Especially the kids and everything, having that, it changes a lot of your perspective on things. So, so baseball being the superstitious sport that it is, and everybody, what is your biggest superstition when it comes to baseball or anything like that?
Good question. I'm not like a superstitious type of guy. I believe in luck a little bit, but not, it's not something I really get too involved in. But I guess if you had maybe not necessarily superstitions, but things that you just, cardinal sins you just don't do on a baseball field. I'm a believer on, don't step on the foul lines. You always step over the foul line. I'm a believer on wear your hat forward and do things a certain way on the baseball field. We run hard. We do, I'm not so much a superstitious guy on I gotta pull my socks up a certain way, or, I guess the one thing I did do one time with our team was, and the guys always razz me about it, is if we win, you can't shave. You gotta get the playoff beard going, and I did that for a short time and it looked terrible. So I can't grow a nice full beard like you, Alex. I don't know. So, but I never could let it go. So maybe that might be something I would do. I don't know, but
that's the thing. You just gotta let it go.
Gotta let it go, right?
You just gotta let it go. You just gotta, there's that carefree period where you just gotta not care about it, and then it'll get there. So
it's always I don't know. It just annoys me. So I
just gotta let it go. That's all it is. So, but so kind of going off that and the superstition, and what are some things, or why do your players enjoy playing for you?
I guess it's probably depends on who you ask, right? I mean, yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm getting older now. I used to be able to say I could relate really well to what they're going through, because I was a young coach, but maybe not that so much anymore. Now I'm like, what are you listening to, guys? What is this? I think, I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I'm not a yeller or screamer. So I think some guys who sometimes they want me to do that maybe a little bit more, but I think just my calmness maybe helps them be comfortable and be able to play. And not in our sport, I think if you're playing tense, it's really hard for them to succeed because they're going to fail a lot. So maybe they're not afraid to fail as much because I'm not a yeller or a screamer. It's just not my personality and who I am. Of course, there's sometimes that comes out of me, and maybe that's when they don't like to play for me. I don't know, but it's just there's a few things that are triggers to me. Effort is one of them, and attitude and commitment. Those are our kind of our tagline: attitude, commitment, effort. That's when you see like the Coach Beach that you're like, oh man, get out of the way, right? Like one of my assistants used to joke with me, like he's like, you got like a danger zone, you got to stay out of your danger zone. So like when somebody doesn't get in and do something they're supposed to that like that, and they're not showing the effort or something, I get that fire. He's like, you got to just stay away from Coach when he's in the danger zone. But I don't know, I think they like to play for me because I'm easygoing at most of the times, and let them be themselves and grow and learn to make, you know, as they're making mistakes, they learn to play the game the right way.
Yeah. So going on to the next question. So kind of going back to where we started off about you being a player and a coach, and transitioning to a coach. From the time that you stepped foot on campus up until now, how much has campus changed since you started school here?
Yeah, what we have? Yeah, there was no blacktop. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. It was, you know, it wasn't that long ago that I went to school here, but the facilities have probably been the biggest change, you know, like, and growing as an institution. We've had a few buildings that have been put up since I've been a coach or a player here. That's pretty cool. And upgrades that we've had to facilities have been probably the biggest thing. That's probably what's changed the most. What I would say has changed the least, which I think is the coolest thing about Brockport, is we've always had really good people, and we still do. And it's just like, that's why I love Brockport. I mean, the people here are what makes it. And our former president, Dr. Halstead, always used to say, it's not the bricks and the mortar, but the people that make Brockport great. And he's right. Like I always said, that we have really good facilities and they have only grown and gotten better. But the difference is that Brockport is just a special place because the people that work here.
Yeah, and I agree. Like for my 4 years here, I've noticed all that too. You know, it's all about the people and where you go, and if you can, it's a community, and that's what you want here. So, and
even that, Alex, like you think about it, like there's been a lot of change in people that have been here too. But the thing that I think the reoccurring theme is that when one good person leaves, it just opens an opportunity for somebody else that is a really good person to take over for that person. And you know, that's really cool. It fosters a environment that is growth, and people can just take the next step in their career and fill a void and continue the success that Brockport has had as an institution.
For sure. So what, kind of going back to a little bit of baseball here, and, you know, just kind of a fun question. So if you had to choose a walk-up song for yourself right now, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. It'd probably be. I've been bigger into like the metal songs lately. I don't know why, but me and one of our catchers, Jake Sisto, we've been like loving on this Holy Diver song. I don't know. It's kind of slow going though, so I don't know if that would be a great walk-up song. I'm good with like Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm a country guy too, so I like country music, but I don't know if there's one that would be like a get me going country song that I'd like to walk up to. So
I think we can figure stuff out. Maybe for some mound visits, we can get something there.
Yeah, why don't you give me a few that you think would fit for me?
Oh, definitely on it. So the last question that I have for you here is kind of one that we like to end the show off. So how are you Brockport made?
I think I've kind of hit that a lot, and we're you know, I'm a Brockport guy. You know, I've been here. This is the only place I really know. Graduated from here. You know, like had the whole experience. I've kind of went through the journey of being a student and the challenges of you know, what we had as an institution at that point to where we are now, I think is amazing. And you know, I love Brockport. I can't say enough about it. I don't know if I could ever see myself anywhere else. I just love it here so much. So I guess I'm proof in the pudding that Brockport is doing something right with passing, moving people on to being coaches and being professionals. So
yeah, definitely. And so, now that we're kind of at the end of the show, is there anything that you want to say, closing statements? I mean, you guys have a season coming up now. It's exciting to look forward to.
It's pretty cool. Listen, we're about 1 year away from what we, when we lost our season last year. And through that past year, I just want to say thank you to all the people that have supported our team, supported our program, supported me, supported Brockport, worked their tails off to try to get this thing back going again. We're super excited to get our season going. I mean, you have no idea how much it means to these guys to be able to finish their seasons out or their careers out on the field rather than on the computer, and the guys have been busting Jake Sisto's chops a little bit because he did an interview with the campus the other day and his quote now is like trending is, "I can't hit a fastball online, but I could take school online." And it's kind of funny, but it's true, right? And these guys they're getting an opportunity to play. It just filling a void in their lives that they really could use, and I know they appreciate it. So for all those that out there that have supported them and us and our program, we're back. We're ready. We're excited. We're ready to go. And hopefully we get a chance to see out at a game at some point if fans are allowed. If not, we're going to have a great athletic communication staff, including Alex, taking us home with video streams, and that's going to be pretty cool as well. So
definitely. So, we're working our best on it. We're working hard. So we're going to make sure that everybody and all of our home contests can hopefully be live broadcast and live streams. So we're working on it. So we're pretty good, made some good progress, but
awesome.
So following that, I mean, it's good to have a season back, and let's keep the season going. Let's not have something like last year happen. So, mask up, follow the protocols, and do what you got to do to stay safe, and not just for athletic, but camps in general. We want to stay here. So
absolutely.
So, alrighty. Well, Coach, thank you for coming on the show today. I appreciate you taking the time out of the day to do this.
Absolutely, Alex. Keep doing a great job there. I appreciate everything.
No problem. Thank you. I hope you have a good day.
Thanks. Take care.
Yeah.